Len, you had quite a few really important tips that came up during our interview for what people can do to get their voices heard and to build this community momentum behind your efforts. Perhaps we could briefly go over them so that they're easy for people to find.
Absolutely. That's a very good idea, Julius. First of all, the police service boards, they publish their schedule as to when they meet.
Right.
They are open to the public. So you can, even though it's held virtually right now, you can send in a request to make a presentation, make a deputation, to ask questions, to challenge either the board itself or the chief.
Where do you find
responses to be?
Sorry, yeah. Where do you find the police service board? Like, how do you even access that as a member of the public? Like, it's never been on my radar before.
Okay, through all the police services have a website, and there'll be a link from there to the police service board, and the police service board themselves have that facility where you can send them a message and ask to attend their meetings and so on. And as I say, right now they're held virtually, which is okay.
So you basically Googled, City of Ottawa Police Service Board.
Yes.
Okay.
And you'll find it through the police service website as well.
Gotcha.
There'll be a link to it. Yeah. So other than questioning the police service board, a very, very good way to get the message across is through letter writing.
Right.
Through writing to your city councillor, to the mayor, to your MPP, and to your MP.
All three levels.
All levels of government, in order to they can see how their constituents feel about what's being done to them.
Right.
And email is a good idea, but it's only one click away from being disposed of.
Right.
Whereas letters are a visual representation. I can just see a big pile of letters on the MPP's desk, or the Prime Minister's desk, have to be dealt with. That's one of their joys, is going through the mail. They may have people that help them with that, but if it's the same consistent message and concern, then they'll start to think about, wonder what my constituents will do when it comes to time in the next election. That's about as far ahead as they can look.
Yeah. A lot of the folks that I've talked to that have been writing letters are saying they don't ever get an answer, and so they're feeling discouraged and thinking there's no point to doing that.
Right, again, and ask for an answer. So
just keep pounding away.
Absolutely.
So it's more about building up the pile on the desk and not so much worrying about whether they reply.
That's right. That's right. And of course, with that letter writing, you can write to the chief of police as well. Right. Write to the president of the police association and say, why aren't you supporting your officers? Why aren't you out there looking after them? Isn't that what you're getting paid to do? No. To support your officers, and you're not doing it? Look what's happening to them. And hold their feet to the fire as well.
With your experience on that, would you be able to formulate a standardized letter that folks could send to their police departments?
Yes, and that's one of the things that we will be doing particularly with the website. We will have form letters there that the people can just put in their names and addresses and send off.
I think that's a good idea.
Much the same as we're seeing with other organizations doing that. We recognize that. Also on the website will be a petition.
Oh, excellent.
And we'll ask for the support of people to sign that petition.
So it'll be for both the public and for police officers, or
yes, yes,
oh, excellent.
Yes, it will be for anybody and everybody to sign. Again, just because you're a police officer, you're still entitled to an opinion. You're still entitled to express your opinion.
Yeah,
Charter guarantees that.
Yeah.
So therefore, yes, we want everybody to sign it.
Yeah.
And just follow what we're doing with Police on Guard. Follow where we're going, what things are happening. We have what we call our Question Tuesday, where anybody can, this is on our Facebook page right now, but it will be on the website. Anybody can ask a question that's related to this situation. And we've got a group of dedicated volunteers, very experienced, current and retired police officers that instantly answer those questions. Yeah. And it's working extremely well, particularly for the public. We're getting questions from police officers as well, which
good.
is good.
Yeah.
But we're getting lots of questions from the public, and they really appreciate the help that is being provided. So that can happen as well.
Is there a chance that, like for those that are not on Facebook, that they could send you questions by email or something that you can then post replies to either on the website or on other social media as well?
Yes, there is a standard. I think it's stand on guard for the at something.com. So I'll let you know. What else can members of the public do? Attend protests.
Yeah.
We saw in Romania last weekend, there must have been hundreds of thousands, literally hundreds of thousands of people all protesting the lockdowns. The crowd went on forever. It was just massive. Parliament Hill here, if we had 400, we were lucky, you know. And there's 1 million people in our city alone. So where's everybody else? Come on.
If we could swarm that hill with 100,000, I think they would be
easily.
They'd be forced to listen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have any information where we can find where these protests or when these protests are actually happening? Because I noticed that I'm missing a lot of them because I don't hear about them until afterwards.
Yeah, and again, that's one of the challenges we're facing now is mainstream media won't tell us. You know, they're ignoring all of this deliberately. Right. So it's through social media, and most often than not, it's through word of mouth.
Right.
Again, we will do our utmost. If we know about it, we'll post it on Police on Guard.
Oh, excellent. Yeah.
If we know about it, we'll let people know where and when and who and so on.
That would help because it gives everybody one place to go to find out about things rather than having to search randomly all over the place.
Yes, absolutely. But that's providing we know, of course.
Right.
And sometimes these things do pop up and we will not.
Well, at least
we would not been told about it. So
at least if the public knows or other protest organizers know that you will repost them, then that gives them an incentive to contact you.
Yes. Generally, they've got it on their own Facebook page or website, but they too need to spread the word.
Right.
And as much as I'm not a fan of Facebook, it really is worth its weight in gold until such time as they decide to shut us down.
Where else are you guys on social media?
Twitter, Telegram, and I can't remember. There's another one.
Oh, Instagram?
Instagram. Yeah.
Oh, not Telegram, Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the big one, of course, is going to be getting the website up and running, and that's going to happen very, very soon. Yeah. Now we should also talk about car protests.
Yeah.
It's just another form of protest. There was one in Toronto that I saw. Again, it was through shared video. It never made the mainstream media. Yeah. It didn't even make any of the alternate media, strangely enough. But we saw a video that was taken by the people that were there. And this was just a group of people that decided, hey, we're going to drive up Yonge Street. Yeah. We're going to stop at Dundas Square. We're going to honk our horns. And we're going to say how annoyed we are with everything that's happening.
It certainly makes it easy for the police, doesn't it? Because there's no social distancing issues when everybody's trapped inside a car.
No. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
It's sort of a similar idea to the Essential Exercise March, which essentially neutralizes all of these health measures.
Very much so. Very much so. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And of course, when members of the public are dealing with police officers, be polite, remain calm, because if there's no escalation on your part, hopefully there'll be no escalation on their part either.
Right.
That's all part of our training. It's all part of our standard way of operating, of doing business. We're one level below the level of the person that we're dealing with. So if they're calm, quiet, compliant, polite, then the officers should be as well.
Right.
Because everybody's got a video camera nowadays. We can all see what's going on. We can all see who the antagonist was.
Right.
And what was being said. And how things were being answered. Question the officer. Why are you asking me this? What authority do you have to do this? But again, politely, quietly. And this will disarm even the most overzealous officers. Are generally quite disarming for them.
Yeah.
Get the message out there. Talk to your friends. Talk to your neighbors. Talk to your family members. Ask them what they think. You know, are you happy with these measures? Do you think the government is doing the right thing? Do you believe the government? Have you looked elsewhere? Have you done your own research? Do you care? And that's that complacency setting in again, and we've got to break that. We've got to break that complacency. We've got to ask people what they think and why they think it.
Yeah, I keep thinking about how people are turning to social media as a way of standing up about to things and getting their voices out. But I think it's actually an illusion. It's a trap, because social media works if the other side talks back, then you have a conversation.
Yeah.
But if you go out there and complain, it's good to be able to organize, whether it's where's the next protest, but to actually engage with the people that are holding us hostage here, you have to get out there and actually win hearts and minds with people, go protest, get yourself actually boots on the ground, letters in the mailboxes.
Yes.
That's the only way to actually engage with them. Whereas on social media, it's like screaming at your television. Even if we're all doing it all at the same time, it doesn't really change anything.
It doesn't do much.
Yeah.
No, you're right. It's that face-to-face interaction that's absolutely needed.
Yeah.
And you're right. The chances of us holding anything of a conversation with our Prime Minister is zero.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to listen. He won't listen. So therefore, when is he going to have to listen? At the next polls.
That's right.
And what we must do is constantly remind people what has been done to us.
Yeah.
Constantly remind people that it should never, ever have happened.
Yeah.
And at the next election, we've got to let these people know they were wrong. Yeah. They were wrong to do this. Don't care whatever else they've done. This is our most unimaginable breach of our civil rights. It's against human rights.
Well, I really appreciate that Police on Guard is kind of becoming a focal point where people can inform themselves and come up with ideas and coordinate their efforts. It's fantastic.
Yeah, they're very brave, these frontline officers that are doing this, but they're determined. They're absolutely rock solid determined. Nothing is going to sway them.
Yeah, I think they're really taking a huge risk by putting themselves on the line like this. I mean,
oh yeah,
it's big. Yeah.
Good.
Thank you, Len. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Julius. Appreciate it too.